All right, a bit after 2 o'clock, I finally have some time, and I decided to see if I can catch maybe one or two trades using Cosmik ZTP on the NASDAQ. Now, this is a much smaller brick size that I normally use. It's just that there is not too much time left, and obviously, the smaller brick size is going to give you more signals, more opportunities. Even with the smaller brick sizes, you can see the signals, if you just go for the first signal, like I prefer, are terrific. And the signals are great. It doesn't really matter that much. The brick size, the system is very solid. So now I'm just waiting for.
Order filled.
Here is the short. So really, this ATM has three targets, three contracts, three targets, but it starts trailing the price pretty fast. It takes out the risk pretty fast. But really, with Cosmik, the stop on the short officially is slightly above this line, kind of to give the trade a chance to work. Now you're gonna see, here we go. As soon as you get in the money, this template really looks to get rid of the risk, as you can see here. So first target hit, and now it's just going to be trailing the price pretty close.
Stop filled.
Okay. So just a partial here, just one target hit, but you know, in this case, the second signal was slightly better than the first. Obviously, there was no way of knowing ahead of time. This is live trading, not market replay or anything. And this is a funded account. I'll be showing my rhythmic dashboard a bit later. So again, smaller brick size because I wanted to be able to show a trade. The larger the brick size, obviously, the more time it takes to the more movement it takes to qualify a trade. And at this point of the day, there might not be necessarily too much movement. So this is another Cosmik signal. Again, I prefer the first one, but it's not to say that later signals are no good. It's just that from my experience, I kind of found that the first one has the highest probability of working out, and then subsequent trades, especially once, let's say, a big move happened, when it's like a bit overextended, that's when you should stay away from consecutive trades in the same direction. Now, if there is a decent enough pullback, I might get into a short again. It would have to be somewhere close to here. You know, like I wouldn't. If there is a decent pullback, I might take another one. And again, just on this very small brick size, you can see though plenty of very good trades. Again, Cosmik Z is very solid. The smaller brick size is going to give you more opportunities. That's all. Here is a short. Again, kind of looking at the first one, but you see even uh, additional trades still worked out fine. It's just that eventually this happens, right? So this is an example. A move that's overextended, and then you try a short, and it just doesn't work. So there is no way of knowing ahead of time when this will happen, of course. So that's why I prefer first signal in a particular direction. So, you know, this is a great long over here. And even the other trades worked out fine. But eventually, you see, eventually this happens. Eventually. That's why don't take too many in the same direction. Once this happens, allow for retracement. And then you can look for more long trades. Here is a first short, right? Direction down. This one is the first long that would have been a losing trade. It just is. There was no such thing as 100%, and this would have been a losing trade. Here is a first short, right? So first is good, second is good, third, this is really all one trade. Third is good, but eventually, you see, this. So again, just to not to keep repeating myself, I'm just showing examples why I prefer the first trade, the first signal, or maybe the second, but even the second I'm very iffy with. Unless there was a nice retracement, like you see the difference between this one and this one. This is a nice retracement, and the stop is pretty small right here. So risk reward, this one is pretty good.
Order filled.
So again, for the long trade, the stop's got to be below this blue line. But again, this template's going to start, this ATM is going to start trailing when we are very early in the money. So we just got to be in the money for the trail to start. So again, this template very quickly, this ATM very quickly takes out the risk. Here is the first target. I think that's going to be it. Whenever I'm stopped, that's going to be it. It's getting too late in the day. I don't like to trade during this time.
Stop filled.
Okay, nice though. I mean, at least a quick demonstration of some signals here. Again, very small brick size, which means you're going to get a lot of signals. Not necessarily ideal, but when you press with time, like I am, sometimes you got to resort to that. So unfortunately, I was stopped here, but you see how incredible the move is. Cosmik ZTP identifies the signal. Came in a bit deeper. Again, this is a small time frame, so sometimes this happens. The second signal here was much better, but I hope you enjoyed the quick demonstration. Just hold on, I'm going to show my rhythmic dashboard and just some final words for today. All right, so real quick, computer clock, rhythmic clock, the account used. So again, with with Cosmik ZTP, brick size doesn't really matter up to a point. Now I am asked a lot, does it only quote work with King Renko? No, it does not. However, I do find that King Renko seems to be extremely accurate. That's just been my experience. It can work on regular Ninja Renko. I even tried it on some range charts. But the fact is, with King Renko, I mean, I think it's well worth the relatively inexpensive investment that this bar costs. I think, in my opinion, I think it's worth it. Um, so with a smaller brick size, one thing to keep in mind, you're gonna get kind of this deal sometime where there is a signal and then another one, and the second one is somehow better. You don't know this ahead of time, obviously, but it does happen, which is why the stop just needs to be the initial stop needs to be below this blue line here for a long, or above the red line for a short. Yes, I prefer the first signal. In this case, the second one was better. This third one is not too bad either. But I just prefer to take the first one. So yeah, just a couple of trades. Sorry that's all I could squeeze in. Given my schedule, it's difficult for me to spend more time than that, but I'll try to make these kind of videos as often as I can. Again, whatever questions you have, you can put right in the description, and therefore I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna respond either directly or just in my next video. I'll I'll answer whatever question you might have. Chances are, if you have a question, other people have the same question, so it would help everyone. So yeah, please subscribe as I'm trying to grow this channel. If you can leave a nice comment, if you can leave a like, I would appreciate that as well. Thank you guys. See you next time.